What if there was a world with nothing but an endless, barren desert? All that remains are tiny settlements and the remnants of a once great civilization. I have one life to prove myself, but actions speak far louder than words. I won't be a survivor. I'll be a king. Day 1 in the Endless Desert. I spent the first few minutes robbing these villagers of all their possessions. Luckily you can get sticks from dead bushes, or this challenge would be even more painful than it already is. I then destroyed a sentient iron creature with my fist. This game makes sense. I crafted an iron pickaxe and then got right back to stealing. I looted this nearby desert temple for some pretty average loot. Breaking your ankles is a great way to start any world. I went mining because I'm poor, and I don't like being poor. I found some dirt, which sounds really lame, but this is a desert only world, so it's actually pretty valuable. You're a stonemason, but the floor in your house collapsed. Sort yourself out, mate. I looted another temple and found my first diamond. My inventory was full of stolen, really cool stuff, so I needed a place to settle down. And that's my bed now. Day 3 began with murder. I was gonna craft a chest until I remembered. I'm in a desert, with no trees. I borrowed someone else's chest and all their possessions. I was able to trade with this villager for a couple of emeralds, but I'm going to need a lot more. This pillager tower had wood that I desperately needed, but it was going to be dangerous. 3 pieces. That was all I was able to get. But I crafted my own chest. I'm a changed man. Back to stealing on day 4 and then profits. I locked this armorer in his house and he's going to provide me some insane gear. I mean, he will, but I have to buy 30 pairs of chain boots first. That's more like it. Now that my armor was slightly better, I was confident enough to take on the outpost again. I didn't just steal their wood piles, I stole half the tower. I spent the night suffering in the mines. I didn't find any diamonds, but money fixes most problems. That stonemason from earlier had definitely visited this village. I mined until day 6 and still didn't find any diamonds. Day 7 I bought the final piece of diamond armor, and now I'm not poor, but I'm not rich. Yet. I tamed a horse at a nearby village and he was super average. Then I tamed his mate and he definitely wasn't average. Being able to get around more easily also means you can steal more easily. Day 8 I found more diamonds in this desert temple. My horse needs a name. Let's call him Lightning McQueen. I spent the whole day desecrating ancient temples and taking all the valuables. I even found a god apple. Night fell and I didn't fancy getting killed by a pack of monsters, so I parked Lightning McQueen on a roof and went to sleep. I needed a place to call home and this pile of sand was as good as any other pile of sand. This was all I did, all day. Do you want to watch the whole thing? Didn't think so. Day 10 some tourists arrived and one of them blew up. Ah, quick, hide the evidence. I spent most of the day stealing path. I started a new mine and for once the floor didn't fall to pieces. And I still didn't find any diamonds. Day 11 I started working on my house. I'll move on to something bigger eventually, but this should be fine for now. Unfortunately I ran out of materials for my house, so I needed to borrow more from someone else's. I didn't take much, just a few blocks. By day 14 I had finished my house and I think it looks pretty decent. I gathered up some obsidian and made my first visit to the Nether. Look at all those trees! I traded with some piglins and actually got a fire resistance potion, which would be super useful. After exploring for a while, I spotted a nether fortress in the distance. My pickaxe was nearly broken and my armor had weak enchantments, so I decided it'd be better to come back later. Day 14 I was in hell, day 15 I'm decorating my house. It even comes with a garage for Lightning McQueen. Oh, why are these things in the game? Day 16, I sorted all my items into my new chest room. I'd stolen enough books from innocent villagers to make a full enchanting setup. I got insanely lucky with my pickaxe, but my sword, well, let's just say I nearly lost the will to live. I found my first diamonds though. With Fortune 3, I was able to turn 6 diamonds into 16. Day 17, I went back to the Nether to gather quartz. I enchanted a new diamond sword with sharpness 4 and then went back into the mines for a few days. I found some axolotls and I definitely won't forget about them. My mining luck went from absolutely terrible to godlike as I found diamond after diamond. Day 19, I set out to find sugarcane. Usually you can find it by a river, but this is a desert only world. Rivers are alien technology. I then found the most valuable item this world could offer. Oak saplings are usually one of the worst items to get from a blacksmith, but in my case they were worth more than diamonds. I did also find some sugarcane. I spent the next few days building an absolutely massive sugarcane farm. Is it ugly? Yes. Do I hate it? Yes. But it's gonna make me money. Day 22, I got super lucky enchanting my helmet. I spent all night shoveling sand to smelt into glass. Day 23, I got into an argument with this guy about whether pears taste good or not. They taste terrible. Hey guys, who wants to be a prisoner? Who wants to come visit? Yes, this is very illegal. Now stop asking questions. I was getting a second verger when an entire extended family of zombies showed up. It's a miracle, he's still alive. Day 24, I added a bunch of beds to the verger breeder. How did I get them? Well, it starts with S and ends with teal. I fed the prisoners for the first and only time and then got to work adding glass around my sugarcane farm. Day 25, a wandering trader showed up, and he was selling acacia saplings. I wanted the leads, but I didn't want to kill him. Is this what it feels like to be nice to wandering traders? I needed blocks for a new project, so the day was fairly predictable. Day 26, I had all the materials I needed to start building. The key to getting rich in any Minecraft world is a verger trading hall and tax evasion. Wait, forget about that last part. I've never really built desert style before, so it was cool to be trying something new. I found a wandering trader and bought a dark oak sapling and some lily pads. Then he donated his leads to me. I just realized you need 4 dark oak saplings to grow a tree, and I just killed the only person who could sell me them. Oh, I'm an idiot. By day 32, I was done with the main structure and could start detailing. By mixing in some regular sandstone, the build has a lot more texture and becomes much more interesting to look at. You know what else is interesting to look at? My Discord server. We're trying to reach 1,000 members by the end of the year, and if we do, I'll buy you some Tic Tacs, I don't know. You'd think I'd run out of stuff to steal at this point, but no, I'm gonna need this terracotta. I finally finished the exterior of the build, but there was still a ton of stuff to do. I've been building for almost 4 hours and needed a break, so I went to hell. That makes absolutely no sense. What is wrong with me? Wow, bridging across a sea of molten lava. What a nice relaxing break. I arrived at the fortress and immediately started stealing. The residents were pretty angry that I took their stuff, but they randomly disappeared, so I guess it's not a problem. I was over level 30, so I did some more enchanting and got another sharpness 4 sword that I can combine with my current one. I chopped some more wood in the nether and then played tennis with a ghast. It was going great until he blew up. Day 36, I was back in the mines. I needed cobblestone, which as we all know is incredibly rare and valuable. With that out the way, I started setting up a new trading hall. It's a modified version of Logical Geek Boys. I'll leave a link to the tutorial in the description below. His design uses sticky pistons, which aren't exactly easy to get when your entire world is desert. Yeah, I know, I decorate my trading halls. I'm weird. Day 38, I was trying to enchant some new boots. Nice try. So who wants to be the first lucky employee? His life's definitely gonna suck from now on, but no one tell him. I think he's sensitive. In order to get the best deals possible, I needed a zombie, and I managed to get one in fairly easily. The main book I was after was mending, and I got it after about 10 tries. Day 39, the happy workers just kept coming. Not of their own free will, but that's a minor detail. I got a verger who would sell me mending as well as buy paper, so I decided to reset the old one. I'll be back in a minute, this won't hurt at all. In order to get mushrooms to craft a fermented spider eye, I had to pay a visit to the nether roof. I don't know how or why mushrooms can grow on bedrock, but it's probably best that we never find out. I managed to mess up my portal placement and ended up over 1,000 blocks away from my base. Well, I always wanted to play Running Simulator. See, I told you guys it wouldn't hurt. I ended up staying up all night because I needed more spider eyes. Also, can we appreciate how clean this Enderman kill was? My guy got slapped. Day 41, I got attacked by a child riding a chicken. Obviously, I don't need the child, but the chicken is really rare considering they don't spawn in vergers like the other passive animals. I started trading with my vergers and realized I could get free XP. Buying bookshelves for 3 emeralds and then selling the books at 1 emerald each means I make 0 profit, but it gives some XP. I tried to get some good enchantments on my armor, but got unlucky. Day 42, I started setting up a crop farm. Well, I built the wall. I didn't put any crops in. I also turned my shovel into an absolute beast. I didn't have any dirt to plant crops in, so I had to go caving. Day 43, I finished adding the dirt to my farm. I can't believe I'm actually excited about a field of dirt. It took all night for me to actually plant anything because it needs decorating. By using bone meal and a fortune pick, I can easily get enough carrots to fill the entire field. I didn't really do much on day 44, just planted carrots and got another prisoner involved in my pyramid scheme. Day 45, I managed to get this guy to sell me thorns. I didn't cure him before buying it though, so I got scammed? 42 emeralds for a thorns book. I'm gonna call the police. Wait, no I can't. I'm on their wanted list. I then stared at my monitor for several minutes trying to think of a cool name for my helmet. That's my first max enchanted armor piece, and I'll definitely be trying to get a full set by the end of this video. I spent the night trying to get more ender pearls, but unfortunately found none. Day 46, I set up a Fletcher so that I could buy enough arrows for the Ender Dragon fight. It's so much easier to just buy arrows rather than craft them, and I definitely recommend it if you don't have an infinity bow. So I live in a desert, which is full of sand, but I don't like how the sand around my base looks. I came fairly close to dying on day 47. I'm gonna lie and say that I wasn't scared and hope that you believe me. I traded with my villagers and then started work on another farm. I was able to get protection 3 on my chestplate and also got a perfect pickaxe. Now, what do I name it? Day 48, I finally thought of a name and it's a long story. I kept working on my farm and decorated it with a nice path. I spent all night planting seeds. Day 49, I made some decent cash. I got protection 3 on some diamond boots, which I combined with my current pair. I spent all night trying to find endermen and didn't find a single one. I then got myself a cleric villager. They usually sell ender pearls at master rank, so I should be able to get enough to find the stronghold. I also stole some more path because my supply was running low. I managed to get myself a music disc, and it's one of my favorites. Day 51, I spent a ton of money on this cleric. Once he gets to master rank, I'll have all the pearls I could ever need. Am I a joke to you? I got my second piece of perfect armor and also upgraded my bow. I'm rich, but I'm not rich enough. I need netherite. The one good thing about this desert only world is that you get an endless supply of TNT from all the temples. Day 52, I became a half blue and half purple Power Ranger. Terrifying. Seeing as my cleric was useless, I decided to just find a warped forest and get all the pearls from there. Day 54, I was starting to make some huge profits. I almost had a full stack of emerald blocks. Day 55, it was time to find the stronghold. It was right under this pillager outpost, which was a bit of a pain. I dug down, walked down a corridor, and oh, nice. And it was pretty rare as well, because it was a 4-eye portal. Before going through to fight the dragon, I checked the library for enchanted books. It had none. Right, time to go pay a visit to Cheeseland. Come on, you can't deny that Endstone looks like cheese. I haven't got a lot to say about the fight, it's pretty standard. As long as you have slow falling potions, you're sorted. Job done. In my opinion, bridging over the void is 10 times scarier than fighting the dragon. That doesn't deserve to be called an end city. It's an end house. It had a good diamond sword though. Guys, oh my god, smash like and subscribe if you're hyped for my second end house. I feel dead inside. I finally found an end city with a ship and got myself an elytra. Remember my horse, Lightning McQueen? I'll probably never use him again. Before returning home, I made sure to grab the dragon egg. Now that I had 67 levels, there was only one logical thing to do. Time for some more enchantments. Day 59, it was business as usual. Scamming, farming, mining. Good day. Day 60, I made more money and then maxed out my chestplate. This melon patch is pretty small and pathetic if I'm honest, but I can sell these melons at highly illegal prices. I'd left some pumpkin seeds back at my original house and wanted to go get them. On the way, I found this free pile of gold. Well, I think it was free. No one complained when I took it all. I found the pillager outpost and things went a lot differently compared to day 3. All the wood is mine. Every single piece. Finally arrived back at my old house and what I thought were pumpkin seeds were beetroot. Nice. Luckily there was an abandoned mineshaft nearby and it had exactly what I wanted. You best believe I returned at night to steal more wood. These pillagers are gonna suffer. Day 62 I needed totems. Anyone who's watched me before knows what's about to happen. Cue the music.
I'm getting really sick of you! Shut up, man! Stupid! Why would you do this? I have a wife and family.
We do not care.
Yeah!
That was a great time. I'm glad no villagers died because I would never let that happen. More free money? These piglins are so nice, man. Day 63, I was back home. Thanks to my hero of the village status, all the prisoners love me. I'm kinda confused considering that I basically ruined their lives, but sure, I'll take some discounts. Day 64, I turned my pathetic melon patch into a not pathetic melon and pumpkin patch. While I waited for them to grow, I started work on a new project. I was gonna build a second tower with a bridge connecting it to the trading hall. I then spent 3 hours straight building. I also added some extra detail onto the trading hall itself. I then enchanted my sword to max, and I know it's missing knockback, but usually I find that knockback is more annoying than useful. Day 73, the enchanting setup's got a roof and walls, and I've run out of things to say. I spent most of the day organising all my stuff from the house into the tower. The base is definitely making progress. What wasn't making any progress was my terrible sleep schedule. At the time I was recording this, it was 5 AM. Thankfully, day 74 was recorded after I'd had some sleep. I took most of the pistons from my sugarcane farm because it was time to build something much more profitable. Thanks to all the sandstone I'd been mining, I had almost all the space I needed already. It was time to build auto pumpkin and melon farms. I've built these a lot and they're insanely overpowered. There's a link to the tutorial in the description. That tiny patch of melons ain't exactly looking so tiny anymore. I visited my training hall at night and we'd had a disease outbreak. If I'm honest mate, I'm surprised I hadn't killed you already. Day 77 was full of profits. The librarians had been cured so many times that they were happily overpaying me for sheets of paper. I could sell these guys my maths homework at this point. I didn't have enough pistons and observers to finish the auto melon farm and had to go get some cobble. Day 78 I finished off the farm and then started work on a new prison, Villager Hotel. The current one was too close to the training hall, which meant the villagers in there could claim the beds. That's right guys, it's your lucky day. I'm giving you freedom. I lied. Make some babies and I'll reward you with absolutely nothing. Seeing as all the pistons from the sugarcane farm were now in the pumpkin and melon farm, I had to manually harvest crops like a peasant. I made an absolute ton of money off my villagers though. A wandering trader showed up and look at those deals. Every single item here is something I can't get from the desert. I cleared out his entire stock. I then went to the Nether because there was another exclusive item I could only get from trading, which was a soul speed book. Before anyone says anything, I know you can get them from bastion chests. That would take a lot of time and murder. Never mind, I didn't get a soul speed book, it's time for some murder. After nearly 3 stacks of gold, I finally got a soul speed 3 book. In order to get the perfect pair of boots, I needed to combine 3 pairs as well as an enchanted book. Day 81, I checked on the villager breeder and 2 kids. Is that it? There better be an entire extended family by the time I come back. While I waited for my army of villagers to be produced, I got to work on a pond. I used loads of different textures, including moss, coarser, andesite, cobble, and deep slate. Filling it up was an absolute nightmare like usual. But this pond had a special purpose. Remember those 2 axolotls who I said I wouldn't forget about? I actually didn't forget about them. Meet Mikey and Nessie. Aren't they adorable? If you say no, I'm gonna pretend you didn't, because you know you're wrong. Alright, wholesome time is over, time for some profit. I filled the hall with farmers and spent the whole night leveling them up. Day 85 I made more money and employed more workers. They're not exactly employed, it's more like forced to work here forever and never move a single block, but that's not a whole lot different. Day 86 I was able to raise enough levels to get a perfect pair of boots. Except they're not netherite, and that's a problem. I raided desert temples for the next 2 days, gathering as much TNT as I could. Day 88 I made myself a new silk touch pickaxe and then went out to steal beds. I wanted as many explosives as possible. Time for an ancient debris mining montage. For over 2 stacks of TNT and a full shulker of beds, I think 17 is pretty bad, but I'll take it. I converted my boots to netherite, completing the cover me in debris advancement. Now this is a good look. I headed back into the nether because I needed wither skulls. I got the first pretty quickly, but then everything went downhill. I killed skeleton after skeleton after skeleton and got nothing. With a looting 3 sword, you should average about 1 skull every 20 skeletons. Clearly I was getting scammed. I returned home on day 92 because I was nearly out of rockets. I was drinking a fruit shoot at the time and ended up naming my bow after it. Day 93 I can show you the real power of this training hall. I began the day at level 2, now I'm level 25. In case you're wondering what the bank account is looking like, it's pretty good. I repaired my bow and then headed back to the nether. I got really lucky and was able to bring back 5 more skulls on day 94. I also found a second god apple. I don't know what I did to deserve such good luck, but I will happily take it. I was searching for a cow because I was going to need a lot of milk for the wither fight. Something tells me you're not going to work. Stealing milk, that's a new one. I headed down into the mines to start the fight. The wither is definitely a more difficult fight than the ender dragon, but with a good bow and some milk, it's pretty easy. The second fight was a lot cleaner than the first, and I claimed my second nether star. Day 95, I crafted up my 2 beacons and set them up on top of the towers. Well, this is awkward. The video began with crime, and it's going to end with crime. Nothing like scamming prisoners for emeralds. Those 2 beacons really bring the whole base together. I did still have a couple days left before day 100, which I'll sum up pretty quickly for you. I tamed a cat, nearly got blown to pieces, and decorated the base. I started with a world of sand, but I was able to make it into so much more. So if that's supposed to be a life lesson or something, it isn't. I stole from a bunch of people, and now I'm really rich, and I'm proud of that. That's going to be it for the video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you guys want to see 200 days in the desert, then this video is going to need to hit 5k likes. I'm setting the like goal really high because I don't ever want to step foot in a desert ever again. I'm going to make a nice normal world with trees and grass and animals. Shout out to all my Discord server boosters. You guys are legends, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.